understand your feelings there. Like a lot of people in who do stand-up comedy, I work in a restaurant. And I've worked in a lot of restaurants. I work at this restaurant, and a couple days ago I made like a stupid mistake, so this guy I work with yelled at me. And then it was like this whole thing, but then an hour later or so, he comes up to me and he was like, you know what? We were both wrong. And I was like, so like I pulled a white guy on him. I didn't apologize and I refused to admit any wrongdoing in the situation. And I actually, whenever I do something wrong, I'm always like the first to apologize. Because like I learned pretty young, because I went to a Christian school, that if you just apologize and like say you're gonna pray, like they'll leave you alone. So I followed this into public school, and I was at class one time and my friend, we talked right through the national anthem. And our teacher in that class happened to be a veteran. So he was very mad. So he pulls us, he's like, I gotta see you in my office. And I was like, okay, and he was really excited about it too. He's one of those teachers who was like, he lived for yelling at kids. So he pulls us in his office, and I right off the top, I'm like, you know what, I'm very sorry. I disrespected this nation, and I feel deep sorrow for you and for everybody else that I disrespected right now. And I'm very sorry. Can we please go sit down, and can I start class? And he was like, yeah. Like, he was like so upset about it. It was like I said, like a choo right before he sneezed. Like I just know, like he went to his car and he was just so ready to like get off on that shit. Like he went to his car and he was like, damn it, what am I gonna masturbate to tonight? Guess it's gonna be my wife's LL Bean catalog again for the 7th night in a row. This guy had a really sad life in my mind. Yeah, but I am mixed. I am half white and I'm half Latino. So it's a lot of people don't guess that. I'm not always wearing my double hoops. So like I'm giving it away tonight, like just a little bit. Yeah, but I am biracial and I'm also bisexual, and it's like Lady Gaga says, I was born this way. Or on the other hand, my 2 different raced parents fucked and made me this way. And thank you for them, right? But since I'm biracial, I always thought it'd be really fun to have a kid with another biracial person. And the first person that comes to mind is Drake. Obviously, Aubrey Drake Graham. And I thought of like a bunch of different ways to bring this to him, but I wanted to keep it really classy. So I thought that I would make like an infomercial. Like, and this is, I'm gonna act it out for you, and I would love comments at the end, but also I don't want your comments. It goes like this. Are you sick of hoes and strippers? Are you tired of being stuck in Houston, Atlanta, Vegas time? Then choose Hannah Jackson. Big letters on the screen. Hannah Jackson, she's earned every dollar she's made. And it's freeze frame me like Disney Channel thumbs up pose. It's like, Hannah Jackson's not interested in your money, only your sperm. I'm really hoping for it, guys. Yeah. But I was recently catcalled, and when I was walking to the street, this guy, he says, hey, he didn't say it this nice, but I'm gonna make it sound nice. He said, hey, you have a nice ass for a white girl. And I was like, oh shit, that's so rude. So like I turned around and I was like, excuse me, sir, but I'm not white, I'm Latino. I know that Americans have this idea of what Latinos should look like, but did you know that Sofia Vergara dyes her hair black from blonde so more Americans accept her as Latina? He was like, oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. You have a mediocre ass for a Latina girl. I really appreciate that. But I am dating. I can't wait for Drake forever. If only. Or maybe they're just placeholders for while I'm waiting for Drake. I'm kidding, because like I honestly think Drake would be such a chore to date. Does anybody else think that? Like he feels like all of my summer boyfriends. Like that, like rolled into one. Like they have a lot to say but nothing to do. Great music though. But I think it's really interesting dating as a comic and I like what you had to say about dating women and men. Like when you're dating women, it's like so chill and like you both are just hanging out. When you're dating men, it just feels like you're like, just like what is happening? Like so much is happening at once and you're so overwhelmed. And I think that sometimes I date men more than I date women just out of laziness. Because it's like, women, like I have to put so much more effort in. Like there's nothing I have to do to get guys. It's just like, hello, and that's it. So with guys, I've always played this game, and it's a fun little game, and it is called, what is the craziest thing I can say, and this guy will still want to sleep with me? And the answer is infinite. It's all of the crazy things. And here are a couple examples that I've said to guys on Tinder, and they've still like wanted to hang out. That my bra size is 11 GHR, but that's a thing because I'm Australian. I have told them that I live in a dumpster behind Arby's that I rent out to homeless people to fuck in, but so we're gonna have to go to his place. I got really angry at this guy because I pretended like I was super into extreme sports, and then like I got on him and I was like, what are our kids gonna do? They're gonna be raised in this household where one parent's like extreme sports and the other one doesn't. And then he invited me to brunch the next day. And I've talked entirely in Mariah Carey lyrics because but that's like genuine because I believe she deserves that recognition. And then I always ask every white guy if he's Macklemore, which is also valid because how do you know if a white guy is Macklemore? And that is something you can come up to me after the show and explain to me because I really do need to know. But girls aren't just crazy, guys are crazy too, because I was saying all these crazy things. So I'm gonna leave you on this thing. So I was recently on a date with a straight guy. And I told him I was a comic, and his response to that was, oh really? I would totally fuck Sarah Silverman. Go Sarah Silverman, right? That is all I have. Yay!